Oh god, incels. Gross. Where did I put the incel channel? I know I have it somewhere. There's incel TV. That's an incel thing, I think. Let's look at the top videos of all time. MGTOW equals incel in denial. Oh boy. Great. Let's watch this incel versus MGTOW drama.
It's a meeting place for the incel community.
The what community?
Incel community, short for involuntary celibacy. No point in denying it.
This was a topic that I wanted to make a video about for a while now, but I wasn't really sure because I don't want to upset men who already struggle in life, or make those people feel bad about themselves. Look, I get it. Nobody likes to get called incel, but at some point these dudes needs to realize they are not so much different than the incels they look down upon. If you didn't know, MGTOW stands for men going their own way. Basically, these people claim that they are boycotting women. You didn't fire me, I quit.
It has came to the point where I'm gonna have to start boycotting women. I'm just gonna have to start boycotting women.
Oddly, I don't even disagree. A lot of these people that I look at on the channel on Chud Watch days, Mondays and Fridays, who consider themselves MGTOW, it really seems like they probably left the dating game specifically because women don't want to deal with them, like Terrence Popp, the drunk guy that we talk about sometimes, or like Better Bachelor. A lot of these guys just seem like jerks, right? And it doesn't seem like almost anyone would want to spend time with them voluntarily, much less be in a committed relationship with them. So of course they're going to say they're going their own way, right? They can't find anyone who wants to be with them for more than one date. So of course you give up on the dating game. Seems like to me it would be more reasonable to, like, introspect and sort of say, okay, what am I doing that's making people not want to deal with me? But of course a lot of these people have egos that are too big to do that. So instead they just give up. And that's their right. They can do that. But just seems kind of disingenuous to me.
They claim to have gone their own way, but literally all they do is talk about women 24/7 and convince themselves how better off they are without them.
I think this is the only time I've ever agreed with an incel, is making fun of MGTOW people. We're gonna be men going our own way. Oh, so you're gonna do like a bunch of hobbies and maybe like help each other out and, you know, learn some skills together? No, we're gonna spend all our time talking about women and how much we hate them. Oh. Oh. Noodles Lolcat with 5 bits. Why is the car on fire? Why is the audio?
I mean, it is just funny how much MGTOW circles hate on incels, considering the fact that they are the closest one to us. If there is one thing MGTOWs hate most, it is being called incel. If you want to trigger MGTOW, just call them incel. I think they look at us and see what they don't like in themselves. That is the underlying cause of their hate on us. Let me show you a post from their sub, and mind you, there are many other similar threads like this. This is just an example. Let's see what this copper has to say. You're an illogical dumbass who has no actual arguments against us. MGTOW is not an incel group. Yes, I am sure there are some incels within the MGTOW community, but most of us have had a relationship. That is what brought us to MGTOW in the first place. Most of us are normal guys who have been divorce raped, manipulated, or cheated on by our...
Can we not apply the R word to divorce as if it's the same thing as physically forcing someone to have intercourse with you? Because, no, they're not the same thing at all. Look, I'm sorry that your ex-wife took something you cared about in the divorce, but it is not the same as someone being forced into sexual activity with someone else against their will. Jesus Christ. The melodramatics. And these people are the first ones to be like, oh, men are so cool and logical, and women are so irrational and hysterical. And here they are calling divorce proceedings basically the same as assault. Ridiculous.
Or ex-partners. We get frustrated because we have
Divorce R word, it says on here. Where is it? And he said, we've had relationships. That's what brought us to MGTOW in the first place. Most of us are normal guys who have been divorced, RAPED.
been treated like shit through all the
It's fucked up how they say that. Absolutely. It's gross.
relationship we have been in. Incels get frustrated because they can't get in a relationship in the first place. That is the difference. Calling us incels is nothing more than a lazy ad hominem. And I want to ask this dude, why did you get treated like shit in all your relationships? Do you think white should also get treated like shit? Why did you get divorce raped? Can it be the fact that you were nothing more than a beta box and she was never attracted to you? Do you think incels couldn't be a beta box provider if they stooped to your level? Just because you have lost your virginity, do you think you are better than us? See, this shit is why I'm making this video. MGTOW people need to realize they are not so different than us and stop
We're
coping.
not so different, you and I.
Mr. Hamoudi, the Syrian subhuman, explains why MGTOW is cope. And he's, by the way, he's one of my favorite YouTubers. So let's hear it from him, gentlemen.
If you go MGTOW, if you see on the YouTube, oh MGTOW, and you go MGTOW, you go in your own way, then you realize it's over for you. Because MGTOW is a coping movement to go your own death way. The death way is this. The nature is cruel. They don't want your sperm to get
I swear, no one thinks about sperm more than, like, incelly MGTOW people. Gross.
into women to raise offspring. Then this nature is very, very cruel. MGTOW is, if you are really black pill MGTOW, you can say,
Random invite with 10 bits. My baby cat jumped off the shoulder of my chair and sliced my hand open. It hurts, but it still hurts less than thinking about the inside of the mind of an incel. Oof. Sorry. Put some Neosporin on it, maybe.
an ugly male, please go MGTOW, go your own way, go dying, go ER, and then it's over for you. White charts don't go MGTOW.
I am not really a fan of Rouge, but he's right about this. I have been in both Incel and MGTOW chat rooms for long enough to know the community better than most. And when I say MGTOW and Incel in this video, I am referring to the people who actually call themselves such. So the matter of fact is, the majority of self-identified MGTOW people have terrible sexual market value and they just can't compete. They lower their standards, they stoop, they dumpster dive just to find a girlfriend. But at the end of the day, since just because the attraction, physical attraction was never there, they end up getting cheated on, they end up getting divorce raped. I mean, you see this happen so often, it is almost sad, you know. I mean, they may have lost their virginity, but their sexual market value is actually so low. Even incel, people who call themselves incel, have better options than they do.
This Asian girl comes over to me. I don't even do anything. She comes over to me and says, "Oh man, you're creepy. I don't date Asian guys." And I said, "I wasn't planning on hitting on you. Why are you talking to me? Why are you calling me names?" And she's like, "You know, Asian guys are awkward. I don't date Asian guys."
Here I am just showing you a couple of examples in the Insta circles. Good-looking men calling themselves incel just because they cannot get what they think they deserve, what they think they should be able to date. I mean, I can't really blame those people because when you look at them, you see they are good-looking. So it doesn't surprise me that these people...
It's almost like being an incel has nothing to do with how you look and has everything to do with how you treat other people and how you act in interactions with other people, especially people that you're attracted to. It's almost like the reason you can't get a date isn't because of your looks, it's because of your personality. Weird.
wanna date their looks match, but they literally can't. The fact is, a big part of self-identified incels are, in fact, MGTOWs, and a big part of self-identified MGTOWs are incels. A lot of incels are average-looking young men, but their main problems are similar to the MGTOW. They suffer from hypergamy. Like, imagine, just 10 years ago, there was no Tinder. Nothing. Like, when I was a teenager fresh out of high school, online dating didn't exist. Back then, women weren't offered countless dicks every single day. But today, any woman can hop on Tinder and get chats. And
Why do incels think people who don't look conventionally attractive can't get laid? It's because if they if they recognize the reality of the situation, that people who look all sorts of different ways find people and have, like, satisfying, committed relationships with them, then they would have to look at themselves and actually look at why they can't find anyone. And more often than not, the reason is because of their personality. Interestingly, that's something they can actually change. It's something that they could work on and try and be more understanding and caring about other people and, you know, all that sort of thing. But if they blame it on how they look, then they can just say, well, there's nothing I can do about it, you know? It's like, it's learned helplessness. And I feel that in a lot of ways. A lot of the things I do in regard to, like, my transition, for instance. Like, I struggle with taking first steps because it's just easier to say, well, why even try? I'm going to fail in the first place, and it's unhealthy behavior, and it's something that I'm trying to work on. But, like, that idea of learned helplessness and the fact that it's so much easier to just pretend that you failed from the start rather than the potential that you could fail even if you try, it's pervasive. It's something that's hard to get over for a lot of people.
when they get a taste of chat, they can never go back to the incel. They can never go back to their looks match. That is the brutal part of it. I mean, it is over, man. It is truly over. Recently, there was a news about how 27% of young men are virgins. That is such a horrifying number. That means 1 in 3 men are incels. Just imagine how much bigger incels would grow if those men were blackpilled.
Okay, no one says you have to get laid by 30. Who cares?
MGTOWs are right in all
Random invite with 10 bits. I put hydrogen peroxide and then alcohol on it. Still hurt less than the mind of an incel.
of things they say about women. And you are probably better off by not letting yourself become a beta box. And I agree with a lot of things they say. But at the end of the day, I believe they are not any different than incels. I don't dislike them, but I would really like to see them blackpilled.
Jeez. Oh, incels. You know what? If incels and MGTOW just wanted to fight all day, every day, and then leave everyone else alone, that would be great.